Just hold on a little longer. Just hold on a little longer. A little longer. See my brother making no let go. Let go. Me, I promise you could do something. Something. My brother making no let go. Me, I promise you could do something. Something. My brother making no let go. Me, I promise you could do something. Hey, my brother, just hold on a little longer. Just hold on a little longer. I know what you're going through is crazy, baby. I see that your vision is over hazy. Tell me how to beg you, oh baby. No give up, oh baby. It's been that you chasing, know me. I know say it's coming, so make you hold on, baby. Me, I know what's up. While your picture's taken, say choose your history's written. Let all the fears go out the door. Shut your doors and keep them out. But keep the picture of your dream beside your heart. Oh, we're levitating. This joy is elevated. When you find your pace within the race, showing everyone the face, then you find your place. We never go down, we never go down, we never go down, no. Just like the singing of stars all over the airspace, we never go down, no. We're flying for life. We're flying for life. Hey, hey, hey. Sell to the IMO place. We're flying. The God told me. And I never met a thing that could break me. Cause I never met a thing that could break God. And I'm the apple of his eyes. The Mac gives no windows for the forces of darkness to operate. And I know that he got my back like a better break. Boy, I'm blood bought. I'm redeemed with grace. I've been empowered by his spirit. I'm a win. My brain's left. I'm flying high and I'm going to that. Hey, I got like if you understand. My dreams are valid. I look in the mirror. I just stop me. I can't be down. I know who got.
Okay. Good evening. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you are going to be watching this. It's great to be here. Whoa. Core Skills Webinar Series 2. Series 2, Series 2, Series 2. So I'm going to be looking forward to those that will be joining me. As soon as you join in, let me know where you're watching from. It's exactly 7 p.m. West African time. And that is why I love keeping to time. And it's great to be here again this beautiful evening. So, yes, we had series 1 last week. So, just a quick recap. During series 1, we're able to dive into the principles of how can we get started with our goals, right? How can we begin to forecast and look forward to an amazing year? So it was actually on the secrets to setting goals that stick, right? Because it's one thing to be able to set goals, it's another thing for us to be able to set goals that sticks, and that is very crucial. So I think what I'm going to do is to put the link of the last week's session, because I mean a lot was spoken. It's just about an hour, so you can then have a good feast at your own time. Remember to like, remember to share, remember to comment on your takeaway for last week's webinar. So once again, like I said, this webinar is going to be running for a period of 4 solid weeks. And what that implies is that, I mean, you have me 4 hours this month, which is not something I do just like that. But then I think I'm just so excited as the year is wrapping up. I want to see how I can add value to people in my free community and also let you in on some of the great stuff coming your way in the next couple of um, days and months ahead. All right. So, yes, tonight we are going to be looking at something very, very dear to my heart. And tonight I'm going to be sharing on how to turn your goals to action. So, last week was about setting goals that stick. Tonight I'll be talking about turning goals to action, the art of execution. So that's what I'm going to be driving straight in tonight so that we can actually have some conversations, and then I'll be able to share explicitly about things that I have for us tonight. Okay, so that is going to be our conversations tonight, and it's such a great delight to be here again. I mean, so many times it's for me, I just want to rest on Sundays, but I just had this heavy on my heart to just share, in the course of this month for 4 weeks on YouTube. All right. And that's why we are here. So, once again, my name is Dr. Choi Same Mehelu. And like I would always say, I don't always want to assume that the people that get to how will I put it now, meet me for the first time, because the world is also a global village now. So I don't always want to get to assume that everyone that tends to make me speak for the first time actually know who I am. All right. So I always want to like give a brief, a brief introduction of who I am so that we can get on the same path towards getting to know one another. Who knows, at one point or the other, we can get to meet one another, we can get to collaborate, we can get to see physically, and then you'll be able to say, oh yeah, I know Dr. Toy somehow. So first, I'm a competent, seasoned global education consultant. I also do a lot around leadership and business. I'm a certified leadership coach and mentor, and also the visionary founder and executive consultant at Core Skills Transformational Academy Limited. Core Skills Transformational Academy Limited is the organization that I'm privileged to, create, been in existence since 2012. However, in 2018, we became a limited liability company, and it's been an amazing journey working with a lot of schools, working with a lot of small businesses, working with, state governments, yes, working in the private sector, the public sector, the low cost schools, and of course, working with schools outside of Nigeria. So that's why I also call myself a global consultant, yes, because we have clients in Abidjan, we have clients in Republic of Benin, we have clients in Kenya, and in most part of the world, all right? And so, aside from that, I love leadership and strategy. I coach small businesses. I'm a doctor of educational planning and management from Prowess University in the United States of America. And I'm also a certified business consultant from the School of Consulting in the United Kingdom. I hold a certificate in public leadership and policy. And of course, I am a fellow at the Chartered Institute of Mentoring and Coaching Nigeria, as well as the International Management Consultants and the Pan African Consulting Association. I'm an author of 28 books, and I'm the training and development lead at Equip Nigeria, which happens to be John C. Maxwell's not-for-profit organization. I'm a mother, I'm a wife of two young, astonishing leaders, and I'm a recipient of several awards. So, anywhere, my name is on the screen. You can always search for me on Google. You can actually read a lot more about me from my personal website, www.drchoisamemehelu.com. Of course, all should be in lowercase so that I mean, we could connect. I look forward to connecting with you. I look forward to getting to know more about you. All right, great. So let's dive into the conversation tonight. So I have three people already joined this live session. So if you are live with me, I want you to just comment your name and where you are joining in from. Oh, yeah, four people right now. Your name and where you're joining from. I like to acknowledge you on this live webinar. I mean, it's very, very crucial that I acknowledge you. You could have been doing something else tonight, but for some reason or the other, you say, hey, I would like to listen to Dr. Toyin Samimelu. So please comment in the comment section, like the video, comment, and let me then see where you are joining me from. I mean, if we are talking about execution, whoa, Oluwatofu Ganiyu, you're joining from the United Kingdom. How is United Kingdom tonight? Wow, I am that I am. Yes, I will definitely post the replay, like I said, on this description, so you can easily watch. I am that I am. What is your real name? I mean, I would love to know what your real name is. Okay, then I am that I am. Where are you joining in from? And also Alima Sabia, where are you joining me from? I would like to know your location. You see what I mean? The world is such a global village, and you never can tell where anyone is streaming from. Thank you so, so much. Yes, Oluwatofumi. Whoa, UK is great tonight. That's super amazing. Great to know. I've never been in UK, and I'm looking forward to coming one of these days. Okay. All right. I am that I am is actually Mrs. Yetunde. Oh wow, from Abuja. Yes, I will. I will remember to post last week class. Trust me on that. Whoa, Alima is joining from Kaduna. Imagine. I love the fact that we are all joining from different parts of the country and of the world tonight. I so, so much love this. Yes, I'm going to keep to my words. I'm going to put that replay link on the description, right? Amazing. Okay, so let's dive straight into the conversation. Now, I'm going to be sharing some very insightful tips and strategies because this is all about application. It's not just about talking about um, theory. I mean, I'm sure quite a number of us have been setting goals, and over the years, you're like, this goal setting self, we are not even sure. Is it working? Is it not working? So, tonight, I want to actually provide you with the insight for you to be able to kick this off and do an amazing job. All right, so today's webinar, like you can see in the title, says Turning Goals to Action, the Art of Execution. Now, the first thing I need you to be able to do is to understand your why. For you to be able to turn your goals to action, for you to kick off with the art of execution, you must understand your why. If you heard me in the comment section, type no, type one, understand your why. I want to be sure that you are with me. Then once I see that, I will then expatiate on that. Okay, Aderonke, yay, Aderonke, thanks for joining from Uyo, Aderonke. Great to have you on the call. So type understand your why. If you can hear me loud and clear, yes, Halima, understand your why. Now, it is important for you to clearly identify the purpose behind your goals. It's not just about setting goals randomly. You know, why are these goals important to you? So, take for example, like I would always say to anyone that cares to listen, I set my goals 2 weeks before my birthday because for me, that is my new year, right? For me, that is my new year. Don't be fooled by the calendar. Everyone came into this world differently, and everybody is going to go differently. So you must really be able to define what your own new year is for you. January 1st is, I think, is the new year for people that were giving birth to January 1st. My thoughts, though, I may be wrong. So I start setting 2 weeks before. Now, what does that provide me? It provides me with ample time to think, clearly identifying the purpose behind my goals. Why are these goals important to me? Now, what this also does is that on difficult days, because sincerely, it's not every day, I'm not a machine as well. It's not every day that I feel like executing my goals as well. So, on such difficult days, on days when I face setback, on days when, like they say, I don't have the ginger, what I then do is that my why will then give me the energy that I need. It will fuel my resilience. So it's important to write your why down and review it daily as part of your routine. Now, when you're able to do that, you will then be able to begin to turn your goals into action. Now, I'm going to give you an example. Now, one of the goals I set this year was to take self-care, have a budget in my finances and do self-care. So it could be a massage, it could be buying myself stuff, it could be going for, a hangout, it could be. So that goal, I will tell you that on some days when I don't even feel like going out, so I feel that this money, let me use it to cook soup for the family. And I remember my why. Now, what was my why behind this goal? My why behind this goal was that I have a tendency to be a workaholic. I have a tendency to not celebrate myself. I have the tendency to care for everyone outside of me. But I didn't realize that self care is very important for me to be able to even take care of other people as much as I would love to. Me as an entity, when I take good care of myself, I then become a better person in the different roles that I perform. I don't know if you understand that. So what I'm literally saying is that self-care for me as a person, when I take good care of myself, I can then be a good wife, a good mom, a good child of God, a good friend, a good boss. So it is not just even about me now, but it will increase my capacity in every way and in every form. Isn't that amazing? Yes, I think it is. So number one, understand your why. I hope I'm making sense. If I'm making sense, type in the chat MS, which simply means make sense, make sense, make sense. So that simply means that I need your feedback if number one is clearly understood. So don't set goals in a rush. Don't be that kind of person that it is when you are at the crossover prayers or crossover service in respect of your religion. That's when you just scribble something down. No, your goal setting process must be something that you do intentionally and you put sense into. Yeah, Halima says MS, 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 MS. Thank you so much, Halima. That's great. Now, let's move to number two. Let's move to number two. This is a game changer. And then thank you so much, Aderoke. Aderoke says MS, MS, MS. Amazing. So this number two is also very, very important. Thank you so much. Thank you, Madam Yetunde. I'm very grateful for that. Thank you so much, everyone. So number two, if you can hear number two clearly, I want you to type in the chat. Number two, break goals into smaller steps. Break your goals into smaller steps. So you want to break your goals into smaller steps. If you heard number two, please type in the comments. If you heard number two, please type into the comments. I want to be sure we all are on the same page. I want to be sure we all are on the same page. It's very, very important to me because I am always, very intentional about my student following promptly. So if you are in number two, please, I want you to type in there. I want you to type in there. I want to be sure that you heard me, okay? And you are with me. Yeah, thank you so much. Awesome people, awesome. Thank you so much. I'm loving it. I'm loving it all the way. Thank you, Alima. Yeah. Break your goals into smaller steps. Now, I know the next question you want to ask me is, so how do I actually go ahead to break my goals into smaller steps? So, from your annual goals, very simple. Divide them into quarterly goals. Make sure you do that before you enter into 2025. Put them into quarter. Streamline them into quarter. Now, what that does for you is that it helps you not to feel overwhelmed. Okay, it helps you not to feel overwhelmed. And then you, as you enter into a quarter, you are clear, it's bite size. All right, it's less intimidating. Your progress is how will I put it now? Your progress is going to be a lot more defined, right? So from your quarterly goals, you then create your monthly goals, right? Thank you so much, Oluwafumi. Sorry. You then break it into monthly goals. From your monthly goals, you then break it into your weekly goals. From your weekly goals, you then break them into your daily goals. From your daily goals, who says you can't have an hourly goal? So this is the way I've been living my life for quite a while now, and it's been super, super amazing. Right? Super, 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 super amazing. And this is something I want to encourage you to be able to do as well. Now, I'm going to be sharing my screen because I want to show you something very, very, very important, right? That I have in plan for all of us. So to make this very easy for you, okay, to make this very easy for every one of us watching, what I've then done is I've been able to curate the camp. And you know one thing, this program is called the Core Skills Accountability Mentoring Program. The Core Skills Accountability Mentoring Program. And it's going to be running from January to June 2025. Now, let me tell you, I've not done this in a long time. Right now, my standard coaching and mentoring fee is 200,000 for just 8 weeks. So for me to put together a 6 months program for 100,000 if you pay before 31st of December and 120,000 if you pay in January is massive. Now, I told you about breaking your goals into smaller chunks. So take a look at what this will help you to achieve. Now, what will you get from being part of this amazing program? You will get a free course on strategic goal setting. Like I said, quite a number of us don't even know how to set goals in the first place. And that is very, very, I mean, because the quality of your goals will determine the quality of your results. Type in the chat. The quality of your goals will determine the quality of your results. If your result is not what you want, that means you need to go and check the root cause. That means there must be something that you are not doing well in your setting of your goals in the first place. So I'm not going to be teaching you about goal setting now. There's a course that you're going to be getting for free if you sign up for this program. Now you're going to get your annual goals templates. Okay? Please just give me a minute. I need to mute right now. Just give me a minute. Motherly duties call. Please just hold on with me. I will be muting my mic for a minute. All right, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me know if you're still with me. Let me know if you're still with me. Yep, 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 yep. Okie dokie. Just let me know in the chat if you are still with me 100%. So I'm back. Hope you can hear me. Hope you can see me and all. If you can, please let me know. Okay, yes, Aderonke says the quality of your goals will determine the quality of your results. Yes, yes, yes. So goal setting is not a scam. It's because there is a strategy to it. And if you don't know that strategy, you don't know. Like what you don't know, you don't know. So let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. I want to be sure if I'm back. Right. I muted for a while. So let me know if I'm back. All right. So, like I was saying, so to break your goals into smaller chunks, like I said, you need to be able to set annual goals. You need to be able to set quarterly goals. You need to be able to set monthly goals, and you're going to be getting all these templates. Now, ebooks that are going to be, ebooks or audiobooks, sometimes we send audiobooks, sometimes we're going to send ebooks that will be in accordance to help you get better at whatever it is that you are looking at, and then we will be reviewing together. So, what are the activities we're going to be taking on? We're going to be having monthly learning sharing sessions where we're going to be sharing insights with one another, journaling and book review sessions. National and international opportunities will be shared on the platform. Self-care routine. So, I am a strong advocate for self-care. Okay, and I always love it when so let me know if you can hear me loud. I always love it when I'm able to take good care of myself, and I want to bring as many people, especially we women. We have to be very intentional about our self-care. Then we're going to be having monthly hangouts. Some are going to be virtual hangouts, some are going to be physical hangouts, okay? And then of course, when I visit your state and you are a camp member, be sure that I will be checking out on you. Okay. And then, of course, you're going to be having monthly performance review session. So it's not just for you to set goals, you're going to be accountable. You're going to be able to say, okay, this and this and this and this and this were the goals I set at the beginning of the month, and this is what I'm going to be able to achieve. So for those of us outside the country, we have a link for you to make payment. For those of us in Nigeria, you can make direct payments, and we also have a link for you as well. And the beautiful thing is that you can pay in 2 installments. Okay, it's just that as much as possible, your first installment must come in before 31st of December 2024. So I'm sure. Good, good, good. Thank you so much for that feedback, Mrs. Yetunde. You can hear me loud and clear. Amazing. So, like I was saying, so please make sure you're part of this. All you need to do is call the number on your screen. All you need to do is, yes, call the number on your screen and be sure that you will be attended to adequately. All right, so for now, end of commercials. Let's get back into the business of the day. So yes, I have more people joining. Please, if you have not told us where you are joining from, your name and where you're joining from, please make sure you do that. I would love to engage with you in the chat to be sure that you are on this call. And it's important I acknowledge you. I mean, for you to be here live, I must acknowledge you. So let's move on. Let's dive in. Let's continue to point 3. All right. So point 3 is create an action plan. Okay, create an action plan. Now, a goal is somewhat different from an action plan. A goal is like a wider spectrum. Then your action plans are clear strategies, the step-by-step tasks that you need to achieve your goals. Now, my mentor used to also call this the productivity tracker. So if you can hear the third point that I've mentioned here, create an action plan. Type it in the chat. Create an action plan. Type it in the chat. Okay, that's the third point. And by the way, if you are ready to be in camp, if you are ready to be a camp member, I'd like to see you type, I am in. I am in. I am in. I never can tell. Don't let me say what I won't promise. I can decide to give you a free gift just if you sign up tonight. Okay, so you want to make sure that you are part of camp. All right, so I want to see you type in I am in. Okay. Uh all right. I am that I am. So please, what's the second activity? So I'm trying to understand what you mean by second activities. Is it on the flyer? If it is, just screenshot the flyer and send me a WhatsApp message because I need to get clearly what you mean by what's the second activity. Okay? So, yeah, let's move on. Yeah, thank you so much, Aderonke. So, create an action plan. So, break your goals into step by step task. All right? And then, very important, this thing I want to say is very important now. You must be able to ingrain it as priorities into your weekly and your daily routines because that is the way you can make consistent progress. Now, how best do you do that? You want to have stuff like planners, to-do lists, apps. I use Google Keeps a lot that would help you track actions and adapt when roadblocks arise. Now, the interesting thing about life is if you are not, I'll say that it is selfish about your day, so many things that are going to distract you will just automatically come up. And do you know what that implies? What that implies is that they can hijack your day. Yes. In fact, emergencies will occur. Get me right. That's another extreme. Even though we don't pray for it, but life happens, right? But yeah, great, 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 great. Okay, so I am that I am. You may want to type your phone number as well uh into the chat, all right? And then I would reach out to you after this call. It will be a great time to speak with you, Madam Yetunde. All right, or if you have my number, you may have my number. I don't know, but my number is on that flyer, so I'll be expecting to get a message from you. So as I was saying, if you don't have plans for your day, the tendency that people hijack is very high. Now, I'm not saying that emergencies will not occur. We know everybody knows when emergencies, and when emergencies occur, what do? You will just move, the plan you had for the previous day to the next day. And if it's an emergency that is going to take you off for a whole week, what you just do is it's then easy for you to pick up from where you stopped and then move it into the new week. How about that? I mean, that makes your life seamless. That makes even when life challenges and situations come, it will not overwhelm you so much so that you don't actually know where to get started. All right. Now, what is the next point that I want to talk about? Number four. Number four. Number four is establish daily routines for high performance. It is important that you establish daily routines for high performance. Now, I was listening to, a video during the week and it was saying that not having a routine is also having a routine. It's just that that routine you have that is not well planned, all right, is will not give you the kind of positive and accumulated results that you need to succeed. That is very, very important for you to know. Okay, so you don't want to leave your routine to chance. So I'm going to give some examples. It's important that you structure your day to prioritize your actions. So type in this number four, establish daily routines for high performance. Type it in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. Establish daily routines for high performance. Establish daily routines for high performance. That's point number four. So you want to type that in the chat. Well done, people. Well done. I can see that we are having a great time tonight. So it's important that you structure your day to prioritize your actions. Prioritize your actions that will move you closer to your goals. Examples of high performance routine includes, for example, I'm going to give you a typical example of how I run my day. So yes, of course, the first thing I do is I have my alone time, 30 minutes before, my alone time with God. Most times I study. For those people that follow my WhatsApp status, they see me post, scriptures because I'm a Christian. So I do a lot of my study. But whatever religion you practice, I mean, I think that is very crucial. Giving God the first and the most important part of your day. Then next, you want to structure your day to prioritize, so after I do that, my early morning prayers, study, and whatever it is that I do. Thank you so much, Adirunke. I then go into having, a family devotion with my family. And then once I'm done, I go for another 1 hour of prayer walk. So that means that I'm exercising and I'm also able to pray. I'm also able to set my tone for the day. When I come back, I have my bath, I do my cleaning up, and immediately I'm done with that. Next, I settle in. So while I'm having my bath, I listen to either a podcast or something to just enrich my mind. Sometimes, some days it could be music, all right. And then once I'm done having my bath and cleaning up and all of that, I get into my home office, which I am in right now, and I read a book, a chapter of a book. So people ask me, how do you read so much? How do you? So once I'm done reading a chapter of the book, I would have set my goals for the day the night before. So what that does for me is that I have all my resources for that day on my table. And so I'm able to get into my day, depending on my priority for that day, ready to shoot. And there are times when in fact, most times I take off my phone, not too close from me, so that I could focus on, my priority. And then I take intermittent water breaks and what have you. And then I have my break later in the afternoon. And then I go again into work. And then in the evenings, if I don't go out, I have my naps. A lot of people don't believe me. Yes, I have daily naps between an hour, 30 minutes, and 2 hours. So what that does for me is it's kind of make me have 2 days in one day, because when I wake up from my nap, it's as though I'm just waking up to a brand new day. So I'm not saying you should stick to mine, but I'm just saying that you have to be able to create that routine. So, you know, have maybe sometimes you want to have what is called the morning mindset. You want to start your day with affirmations, meditation, journaling, prayer, whatever it is. You want to focus on work blocks. So that means you want to dedicate uninterrupted time to work on priority tasks. You may want to have evening reflections where you evaluate your progress, plan for the next day, which I do, to ensure consistency. Now, what this does is that it creates an habit that helps you to boost productivity and minimize setbacks. Remember that tonight's session, we have been looking critically about turning your goals into actions, the art of execution. And number one, I said understand your why. Number two, I said break your goals into smaller steps. Number three, I said create an action plan. Number four, I talked about establishing daily routines for high performance. Okay, so if I'm making sense, please type in the chat room. My chat room is quiet. MS, MS, MS. And by the way, if you get to watch the replay, please make sure you like, you subscribe, you share, okay? And you also type in the comments your light bulb moments. This is very important for me because I want to get feedback as to how this is making sense. So for those that are live on the call with me, I want you to type MSMS MSMS if I am making sense to you. Fantastic. So let us move on. And if you can hear the fifth step, you want to type in the chat. Number five, you have to be able to set deadlines and use accountability to drive success. You see why you have to be a part of Camp 1.0, Core Skills Accountability Mentoring Program. Now, what I do a lot of times is that I set artificial deadlines and I make sure that I use it to hasten up with whatever it is I want to do. And I have people that hold me accountable. I have mentors, I have coaches, I have people that holds me accountable to be able to do those things that I said I'm going to do. So you want to create specific deadlines to build tasks You want to be able to ensure that you share these goals with an accountability partner. Now, the camp is going to give you an accountability partner automatically. So, how amazing is that? Someone who will check on you regularly, someone who will hold you accountable, someone who will encourage you. So, what does accountability does? It ensures you stay committed, consistent, and less likely to give in to distractions. So that is very, very critical. Thank you, Yetunde. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving me that feedback. I am making a lot of sense. Thank you so much. Yes. So we are moving gradually. We're wrapping up gradually. So, number five, I said set deadlines and use accountability to drive success. Now we dive straight into number six. Number six simply says that you have to learn to track your progress regularly. So, one thing I tell, especially educators, is that you set academic goals for your students, you set learning objectives, which is a learning goal, right? And then the children go through the experience, okay? And then at the end of the day, you give them some form of assessment and then you mark. How come a lot of us don't assess our lives? How come a lot of us don't go back to mark how our lives has progressed or how we are not doing so well? Whatever the case may be, how come we don't do that? So it's important that you set aside time during your day, during your week, to reflect on your progress, your wins, your mistakes, your challenges. I do that all the time, right? What this helps you to do is you can do it manually. You can use, apps. You can use, we have a myriad of technological tools to track our progress. Now, what this does is it keeps you motivated. It helps you to highlight areas where you need adjustments. So I have right here my daily to do, and I don't know if you can see it clearly on the screen, but you would see me marking, all right? You will see me marking almost every day. Almost every day. Now, it's important because self assessment is key, right? They say if people are deceiving you, you don't deceive yourself. So, you can see my hourly goals, and every day when I'm done, I get to mark them. I'm doing this because I have to track my progress regularly. The same thing, I set aside time at the end of every week and go through my goals for the week. What did I do well? What didn't I do well? What can I do better? What are my mistakes? What are my experiences? What are the things that I procrastinated on all of that. So you must be able to do that. All right. So I will be moving to the final thoughts tonight on turning goals to actions, the art of execution. But before I do that, let me recall all the things I've said before. I said number one, understand your why. Number two, break goals into smaller steps. All right. Number three, create an action plan. Number four, establish daily routines for high performance. Then I mentioned setting deadlines and use accountability to drive success. And then I spoke about tracking your progress regularly. Hmm. How has it been for you so far? So I need feedback. What was that thing that I said that you were like, ha, Dr. Tony is talking to me? Dr. Toy is talking to me. I want to see that in the comments. So while that is coming in, I want to speak briefly about my books. The first book I have here is Personal Leadership for Educators, The Educator's Guide for Professional and Personal Makeover. I wrote this book way back in 2018, and it's been my bestseller so far. Then I have the School Leaders Toolkit, right? The timeless code for new and established school leaders. Okay, this is my second book and is also a bestseller as well. We Wherever you are, I mean, you can always get this book on our website, which I'll be sharing at the end of this meeting. Then I have Education Consultancy Blueprint. So if you've been an educator for about 6-7 years and you're looking towards evolving into education consulting, this is the guide to get you started, establish and flourishing as an education consultant. And or probably you are already an established consultant, education consultant, and you just want to understand the grind, then this book is for you. Then I have Middle Leadership Unveiled. So this is really targeted towards middle leaders in organization because they actually go through a lot of challenges, and it's the strategy to succeed and overcome challenges as a middle leader. All right. And then finally, I have Building Your Coaching and Mentoring Empire. So, one way or the other, I believe that quite a number of us are, I mean, people come in to pick our brains kind of for free, but we don't know that we can monetize coaching and mentoring. This is something I have done successfully since 2017. Yes, I've been monetizing coaching and mentoring, and it accounts for between 4 to 5 million of our annual revenue as a business. So you want to also learn that too. So aside from that, right, it's amazing that there's so much that you need to learn about me, and I'm so excited to tell you that my personal website has been launched. Okay, and there you can actually binge and read all you want to read about me. My contact too is there, and I mean, you can just get to know a lot more about me and we can actually connect. And then you can also get all my, what's it called? All my ebooks. And by the way, we are starting sales of all ebooks. We are giving out 50% discount from the 22nd of December running to 31st of December. We're going to be having all our soft copies ebooks is automated on our website. You can also Google Costco's Transformational Academy Limited. That's my company, but I have a separate company website and I have my personal business website. Okay, so you want to check www.costcostransformationalacademy.com as well. Okay, so let me just put that in the chat. I mean, it's such a global village now, so I mean I can actually be easily reached. You will see a WhatsApp Costco's Transformational Academy. You will see a WhatsApp link, and that actually automatically leads you to my WhatsApp page. So you can easily also connect with me on either of the two websites. So that is something that I would look forward to. So yes, finally tonight, if you are ready to listen to the final point, type in the chat. I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. And I would be closing on that thought, and I will be looking forward to engaging with us. Okay, so if you're ready, I want to see in the chat. So once again, like I said, remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Remember to like. Remember to share. Remember to make a comment, right, about whatever it is that you are able to learn. Yay, Ruth! How are you? Ruth is joining us from Delta State. Ruth has been my mentee for years. It's good to see you on the call, Ruth. Okay, so the final point, right? Um, it's such that it's something that is so dear to my heart, especially in the time like this. So the final step is that we have to stay resilient, okay, and embrace a growth mindset. This is very, very important. Great points to note. We have to stay resilient with a growth mindset. Now, I love something my legendary leader, John C. Maxwell, my legendary role model said. He said, in as much as goals are good, growth is better. All right. Why? It says that because when you focus on goals, there's a tendency for you to want to plateau once you have achieved your goals. But if you focus on growth, once you are done achieving a particular goal, it then gives you the psychological permission to set another one because you want to keep on growing. All right. Such that at the end of the day, at the end of the year, would you say I'm a better version of who I have been at the beginning of the year? Am I a better version of who I was, I mean, right now, than when I came into the month or when I started the week or when I started the day? What has been added to me? Especially for those of us that are in the human capital development sector, we are educators, we are coaches, we are mentors, we are counselors, you know, those of us that are always giving out value, we cannot, I repeat, afford to be lackadaisical. We cannot afford to just say, "Oh, yes, I've attained." I remember when I got my doctorate. Some people were like, "Ah, at least now that you have your doctorate, you go and rest." And I laughed. I smiled. I said, "I just started because as I am, I already have almost like 5 to 6 courses I want to do next year. They are all outlined, right? Because I mean, it's developing a resilient routine is so very, very powerful. You know, you want to include time for reflection, time for self-improvement, reading, learning, writing, mental recharging. You want to make sure that now what these things does for you is that they help you to overcome setback and roadblocks. So when people have problems, a lot of people will just say, "Ma, I'm calling you because your name just keep coming to mind." And I smiled and I laughed. And oftentimes, you know, it's not just about me. It's something that you can also do as well. Okay, so you when you stay resilient and you have a growth mindset, you're able to overcome roadblocks. When setback happens, what happens? You begin to think, ask, okay, what can I learn from this? How can I do this better? What else can I do? Okay, so it prepares you ahead, for days when setback will come because it will come. It will come. We are not in a life that is devoid of challenges, right? And then what will then happen to you is that you will just be in an autopilot where you would approach it with a sense of this can be solved rather than quitting or excusing yourself out of it or feeling perplexed, right? And then you'll be able to build resilience over time and strengthen your performance, and your determination level will also be palpable such that other people can, be a part of it. Right. So, and that is one thing the camp will also do for you. So let me share my screen once again for those that are just joining in. So I spoke extensively about how camp will be of great, massive support to you, right? So you want to make sure that you are able to be a part of this, all right? You want to stress strategic goals. You'll be able to get the template to be able to do this, learn how to do this, have, quarterly, monthly, templates. Your ebooks are on point. Your accountability buddy will be there, right? And you can imagine how this was going to also help you to just make 2025 the first half 6 whooping months. I mean, a lot of my mentees are here. Ruth, I'm not this cheap, but something was just heavily placed in my heart to actually make this a lot more affordable and accessible to us. So please remember to either call or send me a message or let me know. Yesterday, I would be expecting your message and your call. And remember, next week again, we'll be here. I'll be here to share insights with you, same time. And let me see what are we looking at next week. Next week is a session you don't want to miss because we are going to be moving in. In fact, I think I will likely be having a guest, one of my mentees from the United States of America, that will be coming in to share our experience of the things that she had been able to learn and engage in. So next week is 22nd. Yes. So we're talking about using opportunities to propel personal growth, building your global network. Yes. So I'm going to be inviting her to be a part of this. So if this has been a fantastic night, I want you to share that one thing. Share that one thing that you are taking away from this conversation. And it's on that note that I'm going to be ending today's conversation. So I want us to share, those of us that are still here. Yetunde, share with us. Ruth, okay. Who are those that are still here with me? Let me acknowledge everyone. Fumi, Oluwatofumi, rather. Sorry. Share was your light movement. Halimat, what was your light movement? Yetunde, yes. Aderonke. Who else? Yep. So, and if you are watching the replay as well, remember to type in replay and share your light bulb moment with me in the comment section. So, till we'll come again next week, 7 p.m., it will be a great time to see us all and see how we can begin to position ourselves for global opportunities. So, yes, Ruth says be resilient. Powerful. In as much as goals are good, growth is better. Yes, very, very key. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, I will be signing out at this point, and I want to say a very, very big thank you for joining in. Till I come your way again next week, 7 p.m., same time, same station. Please remember, it's not too early for you to be able to strategically and prayerfully craft out your 2025 and beyond. And please remember to visit my personal website as well as our business website. Remember, our sales are also coming up 22nd. So get your money ready. All our ebooks are going for 50% discount. The ones that you've been eyeing to get, make sure you are rightly positioned so that once we release the announcement, you are first to grab the book. Thank you so much once again and have an amazing week. Bye.